stand by right here for me. 32, I'm 10 extend, 1 detain. Spread your legs slightly. I just need to pat you down.
Then he want to talk about some other shit. Like this being shit. This being shit. No, I'm being real. You lying. You lying. You up here flagging. You're cat. Don't be in this bitch. Wait till I come back in the market late night, and then it's just you, and I slap you up. Yeah. You trying to act off, son? All like this in front of all your peeps. Tell your mama I said Happy Mother's Day, and then Karen in my face and shit. Like what?
My son. Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas. His ass going to prison. If you goddamn keep it up, his ass going to prison.
T.I.'s worst nightmare might really be here. Because after years of warning his son King Harris to slow down before he blew it all, the judge might actually drop the hammer with a 5-year prison sentence. 5 years locked down isn't just a rumor anymore, it's a real possibility. And the wildest part is, this is exactly what T.I. predicted back in 2022 if King didn't switch up his ways. And honestly, nobody can act shocked. The warning signs were flashing in neon, reckless driving stunts, that viral Waffle House fight, and flashing guns in music videos like it was a fashion accessory. King was stacking up trouble like trophies, moving reckless with no brakes. By the time 2024 hit, everything came crashing down, literally. The arrest footage showed him almost slammed straight into a cop car, his Beamer beat up, a gun riding on his hip, and that dusty old 2022 warrant finally catching up to him. It was like every single bad move he ever made circled back all at once and smacked him in the face.
Yes, sir.
There's one in the head.
Does your buddy have one as well? All right, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
There's no safety. You gotta take.
There's no safety. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna mess around with that too much. You just set this down right here. Dude, step out for me. Yes, sir. Place your hands behind your back for me. All right, right now you're just being detained. You're not under arrest. We're gonna be at the church. All right, I appreciate you being cool, man. We're just gonna take a look at this information, make sure it's valid.
I ain't sure it is.
Just take a step to the side for me.
What makes it even heavier, just weeks after that arrest, King became a dad. He was all over social media, showing off his newborn, dropping a heartfelt track called Dear Son, and trying to paint himself like he was stepping into fatherhood. But instead of rocking cribs and bottles, he's now staring down a courtroom that could strip him away from his child for half a decade. So how did King Harris go from being the son of a hip-hop legend to possibly facing 5 years behind bars? The backstory is way messier than people think. It all went down in October 2024, the exact day King officially crashed out. He pulled out of a gas station in his BMW and almost smashed straight into a police cruiser. Like, you can't even make this up. Cops walked up and instantly everything was downhill. They smelled weed, then spotted a gun sitting bold on his hip. At that moment, they already knew he wasn't going home. But when they ran his name, things went from bad to catastrophic. King still had an open warrant from 2022. That old case, speeding, driving on a suspended license, and a DUI. Instead of showing up in court like anybody else, he dipped, letting it sit there like a ticking time bomb. And in 2024, that bomb finally went off. The arrest video that leaked online, first through Badge Chronicles and then Vlad TV, runs almost 30 minutes, and it's a spectacle. You see cops yanking him out, stripping the gun off his waist, cuffing him, patting him down, and throwing him in the backseat of the cruiser. Watching it feels like the exact moment King's entire world spun out of control. King wasn't wilding out during the arrest, but you could see it all over his face. He was tight. He knew he messed up, but this time, there was no slick talking, no smooth getaway, nothing. The body cam footage showed it crystal clear. King being pulled out, cuffed up, and loaded into the back of that patrol car like any other suspect. One of the officers even admitted later that King stayed calm and cooperative the whole time, but none of that mattered. He still ended up in DeKalb County Jail, only to get transferred over to Pickens like baggage being passed along. That quick. And just like that, King went from flexing on Instagram with designer fits and jewelry to sitting in a cold cell while the entire internet watched in real time. That's the part that hit hardest, because T.I. had already laid this out years ago. Back in 2022, when King's behavior first started spiraling, Tip jumped on Instagram and made it clear if his son didn't slow down, prison was the only ending.
Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas, his ass going to prison. If he goddamn keep that shit up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had that conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's gonna turn out.
He wasn't just talking like a worried dad either. He was speaking from experience as someone who's lived that life. T.I. even said it straight with no filter. Time is gonna be his teacher, and now that teacher showed up with a possible 5-year sentence. When the clips of King's arrest started circulating online, fans immediately dug up that old video of Tip talking and the dragging began. Some people said, see, he spoke it into existence. Others felt sympathy, saying, imagine being a father and watching your own warning play out word for word. Either way, the internet couldn't stop pointing out how dead on T.I. had been. He saw the energy, he recognized the pattern, but King still didn't listen. Speaking of not listening, let's rewind to the Waffle House meltdown in 2022.
But what I'm saying is, they wasn't.
You can talk like that outside.
Hey, I can talk how the fuck I want to wherever I'm at. I'm on live, Shawty. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. This ain't your fucking restaurant. This ain't your fucking restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping.
The first real moment people started side-eyeing King like, yeah, he's on the wrong track. That video went viral, showing him in a full-blown screaming match with the staff at Waffle House.
Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name?
What's your name?
My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. File out your shit.
Come back.
What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here. Come on.
He was going back and forth, puffing his chest, trying to act bigger than life, but instead of looking tough, he came off entitled and totally out of control. Even T.I. couldn't spin that one. He went live afterward and admitted he was flat out perplexed. He couldn't understand why his son even bothered to stop what he was doing just to argue with a short order cook. To Tip, it made 0 sense. Why match that energy at all? But King wasn't hearing it, and that meltdown became the first big red flag that the streets couldn't ignore. And if the Waffle House fiasco wasn't embarrassing enough, the whole gun situation took things to another level, proving just how far off track King was drifting. Remember when T.I. and Boosie had to literally check their sons on camera? That clip went viral for a reason, because it was messy and eye-opening all at once.
Treat mine like you treat yours.
Why y'all got so much time, bro? Why y'all always gotta have?
What is it about?
It's not illegal to have.
Well, in the manner in which you portraying in the lifestyle, it don't look legitimate, sir.
Cause I'm not supporting no whore. I'm not.
Ain't doing.
I'm not.
What kind of parents don't support their kids and they'll goddamn slide? Bigger than you. Popping it. And then got over there. So, square pull up and they say, hey, who do you belong to? Who raised their hand? Somebody got to raise their hand.
I've been seeing him around too here a lot.
You gonna raise your own hand?
I've been seeing him around too like that.
Well, when you got it ain't it ain't.
I know that.
When y'all got around those people, they call it's not the possession of and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony.
Yeah.
Thank you.
King and Boosie's son, Tootie Raw, were supposed to be shooting a music video, but instead of focusing on the music, they had guns all over the set, like it was a mini trap house. That's when the dad stepped in heavy. You could hear T.I. basically snapping, why y'all even toting guns when you got girls right here? He wasn't joking either. It flipped into a full-on lecture. Tip broke it all down, explaining how one slip up with a gun or even being caught with drugs nearby could have them facing jail time quick. And the wildest part, He wasn't even coming at them harsh. He was literally giving them the survival guide to avoid the exact mistakes he made growing up. You can actually watch that moment for yourself. T.I. and Boozy sitting their sons down, spelling it out crystal clear. Flashing guns in videos is the fastest ticket to prison. Fans actually praised both dads for stepping in, saying it was rare and refreshing to see fathers trying to guide their kids instead of just letting them spiral unchecked. But the problem? King's whole vibe showed he wasn't really listening. He heard the words, but he wasn't absorbing the message. It was like everything went in one ear and out the other.
A lot of people hit me up like, King, I know you tired. You ain't getting no sleep. And the truth be told, before this look, I ain't been getting no sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just been outside working, lifestyle. You know, lifestyle just lifing. You know what I'm saying? And, but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep. This up every morning, and then around the morning time, he like to do that little live concert I be doing with him. And he like to walk around the house.
But the real side-eye moment came when the drama shifted from music videos to King's personal life. The internet lit up once he popped out with a baby mama who had everybody talking. The mother of his child, who goes by Big Nana, sparked instant controversy. Rumors spread that she was way older than King, and people were not holding back. Some swore she was only with him for the money, while others labeled her a groupie, trying to lock down a check. Either way, that alleged age gap had folks whispering nonstop, but King, he didn't care one bit. He leaned into it full force. He threw Big Nana a whole baby shower, plastered social media with posts about the pregnancy, and when their son was born in November 2024, he couldn't stop bragging. For the shower, he went all out like everything in his life was picture perfect. Not long after, he was online proudly showing off his newborn and dropping a heartfelt track called Dear Son, where he rapped about stepping up as a dad, even captioning his post like he was ready to turn over a new leaf. November 5th, 8:09 a.m., welcome King Jr., time to take over. That was the caption King dropped when his son was born. And for a quick second, it looked like maybe fatherhood was finally going to shift his whole mindset. Like maybe this new role could humble him, but the timing couldn't have been worse. Because while King was cradling his newborn and posting proud dad moments on Instagram, that arrest video was making its rounds online, dragging him right back into the chaos. And honestly, nobody was shocked. Fans had been warning for years that King's reckless behavior was bound to catch up with him, and now it was playing out in real time exactly how people predicted. If the judge really does hit King with a 5-year sentence, don't be surprised if we see T.I. looking more heartbroken than mad. Because yes, he warned him. Yes, he tried to guide him. But when it's your child chained up in a courtroom, that pain cuts deep no matter what. If you've watched their podcast together, you already know how strong their bond is, which makes this sting even more for T.I. It's not just about King's mistakes, it's about watching your son crash despite all the lessons you tried to drill in. That's a different kind of hurt.
Get out.
So I ain't know
Get
Tupac was
out.
an actor.
Get out.
I thought that was a looking like Tupac. And
What are you talking about? You never seen Juice?
Yeah, I did. I thought that was a looking like
Wait, no,
Tupac.
What about when they say Tupac Shakur on the screen?
I ain't see that.
Come on, bro. What are you talking
I don't
about?
watch the credits.
How could you embarrass me like this?
And let's be real, this is gonna hit T.I.'s image too. The internet is ruthless, and people are already dragging him, saying he failed as a father, saying all the fame, money, and game he passed down didn't stop his son from spiraling. If King actually gets sentenced, those voices are only gonna get louder, especially because Tip always presents himself as that OG dad who guides the next generation with wisdom. Seeing his son in shackles flips that whole narrative upside down. But one thing's for sure, T.I. has always made it clear that no matter how messy it gets, he's riding with King. Even if he's disappointed, he's gonna be the first one in that courtroom standing by his son's side. And of course, the internet had a field day once that arrest footage and the court updates started circulating. Reactions were wild, some people clowning, some low-key impressed, and others just hoping King finally gets it together. One fan even wrote, "King is enjoying every minute, knowing he might go viral. He knows he's being recorded." And honestly, you can see it in the video. While he's being cuffed, King isn't panicking or lashing out. He's calm, maybe too calm, almost like he knows the cameras are rolling and it's just another clip for the blogs to eat up. The way King carried himself during that arrest had everybody split down the middle. Some folks thought it showed growth, that maybe he finally understood the weight of the situation and was moving smart by staying calm. But a lot of others weren't buying it at all. They said his whole vibe looked like somebody chasing clout. too aware of the cameras, almost like he was performing for the blogs instead of realizing the trouble he was really in. And let's be honest, King has always been a lightning rod for controversy. Every time his name hits the headlines, the comment sections light up like a war zone. On one side, you've got people clowning him, calling him entitled and out of touch, saying his last name and family money let him move reckless without fear of real consequences. On the other side, you've got fans defending him, reminding everybody that he's still young, still figuring life out and trying to carve his own lane under the massive shadow of his dad's legacy.
Outside of the public opinion, then I think, because I tell you what, I have the greatest, most extensive family photo album. I can document and I could go back to when King was Eris's age. I can go back to when Major was my granddaughter's age.
But here's the thing. At this point, King's mistakes aren't just teenage slip-ups. They're stacking into a real record, and the courts don't care about his last name. That's why the internet conversation got so loud after the arrest, because people could see the fork in the road. Either he humbles himself and takes the chance to grow up, or he keeps slipping until the system swallows him whole. And the irony? This isn't just about King. It's about T.I. too. Every move King makes bounces back on his dad's image. Tip has spent years branding himself as the wise OG, the man who overcame his own demons and became a mentor for the culture. But when his own son is out here racking up cases, it puts that whole image under fire. Critics don't hesitate to point out the contradiction, saying, how you giving lessons to the world when your own household is out of control? Still, you already know how the internet works. It thrives on mess, and King provides plenty of it. Memes popped up instantly after the arrest footage dropped. Some joked about him treating jail like another music video set. Others edited his calm mug into unbothered memes, and a few even said he looked more ready for TMZ cameras than a courtroom. No matter which side people are on, one thing is clear: King Harris has officially crossed the line from just being T.Y.'s son to being a headline name all by himself. And depending on what happens in court, this could either be the moment that makes him grow up or the moment that locks his name to a downfall story forever. Then came the wildest reaction, the crowd calling this King's so-called street cred moment. One person straight up commented, that man finally got his street cred. He's been telling y'all he outside, and that right there shows how twisted the whole situation really is. Because instead of celebrating King stepping up as a new father, people are acting like he needed a jail record just to prove he's real. But it wasn't all negativity. Mixed in with the jokes and harsh takes, there were folks actually trying to show him some grace. One supporter wrote, "He gonna be fine. He's been doing good since his son was born, so I'm wishing him blessings. He handled himself well." That's the flip side. People genuinely hoping fatherhood will ground him, even if prison ends up being part of his lesson. And for T.I., the pain hits different. This is like watching history repeat itself in the worst way. The same system he fought to survive is now circling around his own son. And what makes it even heavier, I saw it coming. He said it years ago, and now it's playing out exactly how he feared. This isn't just King wilding out for attention. This is real consequences, real court dates, and possibly real prison time. If that judge makes the 5-year sentence official, King Harris's story won't just be another messy viral clip floating around the blogs. It'll be a life-changing chapter, a hard lesson written in stone, and it won't just test King. It'll test T.I. as a father, standing by his son while the world watches. So tell me, do you think King can flip this around and really grow up? Or is he too deep in the mess already? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss the next breakdown. Trust me, the drama never stops. And I'll see you in the next one.